All right. So today is January 13th, 2022. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's start our community meeting for this year. We only have one item on the agenda, the plan for 3.5.2 cut. Eric, go ahead.
Yeah, so based on the feedback on issues and thanks to help by both Benjamin and Michal, we managed to finish all the work that we've planned for 3.5. I don't see any, like, based on thumbs up, I don't see anything that will do more. So with that, I think we are ready to cut it. It just need help with that.
So do we have everything there? Do we have like a date? How are you gonna handle the release?
A date?
Yeah.
I don't think we specified, like, so as a patch, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for patch, there is no like additional changes, and
okay.
I think we can like put what we have, and if we, just to make progress, and if there is something new, we can decide about 3.5. But there are like a couple of really important fixes in this one, and so I think we to drive the adoption of 3.5, we should cut it early.
Okay, thank you very much for doing this. Do you have a announcement on the SV Dev channel?
No.
Yeah, if not, could you please put it there so everybody knows?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, anything else on this topic? If not, do we have anything else to discuss? Well, I just want to let everybody know, Nate mentioned that we'll start to do the documentation on the 3.6 since we have a plan to release. Do you need help from this, from us, like other than, I guess, just review the doc?
So part of, so I just made a comment on the plans for v3.6. It looks like the new release date for 3.6 is going to coincide with the Kubernetes 1.24 release, which I think is April, I want to say April 19th. I'm actually the docs release lead for Kubernetes, this 1.24 this time around. So I might not be able to be quite as hands-on for this release with etcd because of my responsibilities there. But the main thing that we're going to need to do is, because we update the versions dropdown on minor releases, so going from 3.5.0 to 3.5.1, we don't make a release, but going from 3.5 to 3.6, we will have to. And so we'll need to make sure that we plan out how that transition happens, when it happens, as well as we may want to make we may want to include things like communications and writing up a blog post to explain what is new in 3.6 as well. So that's all sort of part of the planning. So what needs to happen from a a website point of view is we need a new version, and then we need to make the updates. It's like, what is the cutoff? So what we should probably do is set up a new branch or something saying, okay, this is going to be the 3.6. This is the 3.6 released branch for the website. And then figure out what the cutoff is from the existing 3.5 stuff where we want to do that. So if we're still in the planning stages, I've subscribed to that issue, and I'm happy to help with that sort of laying out what needs to be done. But I would prefer that the planning include the website, just so that it doesn't get sort of updated like a month after the release and whatnot. So.
Yeah, thank you for the reminding. Okay, so that's about it for today. Okay, Gidar, you want to talk about QoS? Go ahead.
Yeah, so this is a continuation of what we discussed in last meeting. So I wanted to see if the patch or the PR for the final proposal that's running, Vivek's running that from what I understand, and possibly Tencent. So what's that PR? We would like to try it out. The current issues that are out there, it's unclear where the merged PR is.
Is it this one, 13516 that I highlighted?
So this one's for the namespace, right?
So this namespace, there's QoS one.
QoS PR, yeah.
There's an issue. Is it? Let me see. I'm not sure about the status.
So this is the one I'm posting in chat. This is the one I'm looking at, but there it's unclear if this is what, if this is the final version.
Yeah, I don't know if Vivek is still working on this. This is where I started in 2020.
Right.
Maybe you add a comment at the end of this and see it.
Okay. Okay.
That's a status of it.
All right. Sounds good. And then from our side, we are going to try out the code that's out there. And then our main issue is the OOM. So we are looking at directly querying the available memory or the current resident size and things like that. So we will probably post our thoughts in a design doc in near future, just as a heads up.
All right, thank you. That'd be great.
I might don't remember, like, I think it precedes me, but one of the thoughts, I think, around quality of service or some form of like load throttling was thinking or checking whether there are some open source solution as part of gRPC interceptors to make it not a custom implementation, but some plugin in the layer of accepting any request, maybe based on memory utilization, as you mentioned, or CPU usage. Then probably you would be easier path than having very custom implementation that always creates a risk of not having later anyone to maintain it.
Yes, makes sense. So we will explore if we can fit in as an interceptor and bring to this group. If it can be a separate thing on its own, we'll discuss that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's it for everything on the agenda. Does anyone have anything else that wants to be discussed? All right, if not, that's it for today's meeting. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you guys in a month.
See you all later.
Thank you.
Happy New
Thank
Year.
you, everyone.
All right.
Bye, Wenjie.